Hey guys, it's Marcus from Learning with Marcus, and in this episode I'm going to be going over the 5 most useful languages to learn. But before I get to the video, I want to talk to you guys about Audible. If you're anything like me, you like books, but you don't like having to sit down and read a whole book. With Audible, you can have the book read to you while you're at the gym, on the way to school or work, or wherever your life takes you. So just click the link in the description to get a free membership that includes 2 audiobooks from Audible's selection of over 150,000 books. So most likely that there is a title that you want under those books. And there is no obligation to create a membership. So click the link in the description and get your free membership today. Okay. Now let's go over the 5 most useful languages to learn. The number 5 most useful language to learn is French. There are over 160 million speakers, and French is such a beautiful language that it's really fun and enjoyable to learn once you get the hang of the pronunciation. And with France as one of the countries that French is spoken in, you have a beautiful travel destination where you can communicate with locals. So I suggest learning French. I am right now too. The next language is Hindi. Now the statistic that I read said that only 180 million people spoke Hindi, but since it's the main language of India, I imagine that that number is much higher. Plus the statistic that I read was from the 90s, so you probably find a lot more people than just that statistic that speak Hindi. Number 3 is German. If you have the guts to tackle on German, you have a lot of people that you can talk with. About 180 million. And also, German is spoken in Switzerland, Germany, Belgium, and other European countries. So if you are going to Swiss Alps for a vacation, you can go with the language knowledge of German. Number 2 is Spanish. With 500 million speakers in over 20 countries that are beautiful and very warm, Spanish is super useful to learn. And if you live in America, there are a lot of Spanish and Latino communities in the country. So if you learn these languages, you can communicate with your neighbors that you come in contact with every day. And finally, the number 1 most useful language to learn, if you're up for the challenge, is Mandarin Chinese. Now, Mandarin Chinese is spoken by over 1 billion people, so you can imagine that it's pretty useful to learn. Even though it is pretty difficult with 20,000 characters, 5 tones, and much more, it is very useful to learn, and it is very rewarding if you stick with it. Now, of course, coming up with a list of the 5 most useful languages to learn, you are going to leave out some key languages. I have 5 languages that you should also learn if you want to speak to a lot of people or you want to go to that area for a nice vacation. Indonesian is very easy to learn, and you can speak it in Indonesia, of course. And Indonesia is a beautiful country with tons and tons of islands that are very beautiful and are great for vacation. Also, Brazilian Portuguese, because Brazilian Portuguese is spoken in Brazil by hundreds of millions of people, and it's a very popular language to learn. Next is Italian, because Italy is a beautiful country. So if you are planning to go to Italy, you can learn Italian and be able to converse with locals. Next is sign language. Now, it has to depend on where you are regionally, because I live in America, so I'm learning ASL, which is American Sign Language. But if you live in Britain, you would learn British Sign Language, and it will go on like that for your region. Now let's make one thing clear. With certain languages like Spanish, it covers many countries, but with sign language, it is specific to a country, not specific to multiple countries that use the same ASL or same sign language. So look into the sign language in your local area and see how many people are deaf in your community. And finally, you should learn Japanese. Japanese is spoken by over 100 million people, and Japan is such a cool and exotic combination of old culture and the new era of technology. So I suggest learning that too. And plus, Japanese is very fun to speak. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Don't forget to click the link in the description for your free membership with Audible. Now this is just a trial membership, but you still get 2 audiobooks free, so definitely click the link in the description. Okay, and if you guys have an idea of what you think is a useful language to learn, please let me know in the comments. Okay, until next time, I'm Marcus from Learning with Marcus.